That's a minimum of 30 years in prison. And then we got United States Code Title 18, 241, 242, which is $10,000 fine and 10 years in prison.
You need to go to those because we don't enforce those other federal.
All right. If I'm not correct, Special Agent, you can...
But is the issue that you're talking about loud car stereos?
If I'm not correct, you can arrest...
No, I'm asking you questions about loud car stereos.
Can I just ask you a question?
Sure.
Simple question. You can arrest anybody in the state of Florida, right?
With probable cause, yes, I can.
Okay. The judge that sided with Richard Catalino down there in Tampa, Florida,
Okay.
he is aided an American terrorist under 876 of the Florida statutes. I want him arrested. I want Frank McKeithen, Bay County Sheriff, I want him arrested under 3015 of the Florida statutes, where he hasn't done anything about these super loud car stereos. I want Lieutenant Morris of the Panama City Police Department arrested. I want Officer Evans arrested at the Panama City Police Department. I want Sergeant Stryker of the Panama City Police Department arrested for putting false charges on me, where because I was forced to have to call the cops, they put charges under me under harassing phone calls, 365 of the Florida statutes, of where I had no choice to do it but to call the cops. The Judge Shane R. Van in Bay County, Florida, dropped the charges, and I tried to take it to a jury trial because I was going to put the cop in prison under perjury 837 of the Florida statute, and also conspiracy of the Florida statute 838.
Okay.
Now, how soon can we have the arrest warrants? I want an arrest warrant on Lieutenant Morris.
Obviously, you're not going to get something like that.
Why not?
Because what you're describing is you're describing a loud car stereo issue that you're construing other charges from. It's a local law enforcement issue. Florida Department of Law Enforcement would not get involved in that.
Oh, in other words,
Let me finish. As far as the police officers being arrested for whatever they did, I'm not saying they didn't do anything or they did everything. We do not do that as an agency.
Didn't you just tell me that you could...
Let me finish.
Didn't you just tell me that you could arrest anybody in Florida? Didn't you just tell me that?
But we do not, as an agency, there are certain protocols. We do not go into a city police department or a sheriff's association. If they have misconduct within their ranks, they have to initiate it first. That is the rules. We will never do that. Ever, 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 ever.
In other words, what you're saying is citizens are basically left vulnerable.
You're not listening to my answer. You don't like the answer, but the answer is, if an officer is committing misconduct, you have to deal with their internal affairs department.
I call it crime. I don't call it misconduct. They didn't do something by accident. I call it cop crimes.
A crime is misconduct.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's the same thing. That's the same thing like when a soldier dies in war, they call it a casualty. It is a tragedy. It is not a casualty.
I'm trying to tell you how it works.
How long you been with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement?
How what?
How long you been with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement?
5 years.
Now let me ask you something. Why is it?
I've been in law enforcement 26 years prior to that, so I think I got a pretty good basis.
Okay, where was you a cop at?
Say in Gainesville.
In Gainesville. Now let me ask you something. When you wrote that ordinance for the boom cars, did you include felonies in there?
Say what?
Did you,
what?
Agent, did you include felonies in there? Huh?
Civil issue. It's civil, city civil infraction. Noise ordinance itself is not a felony. Never has been, never will be.
Let me ask you something, Agent. Did you by any chance swear an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution?
Absolutely.
Okay, that means you're bound by the Constitution of the state of Florida. Am I correct on that?
It means I'm bound by the Constitution of the state of Florida when a law is being violated. So right now, what you're talking about is your interpretation of a law.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Article 2, Section...
You don't like...
Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution. Well, hear me out. Article 2, hear me out. Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. Now, you are bound by the Florida Constitution. Or, now let me ask you something. Now let me ask you something. When you wrote your ordinance, did you consider the A scale, the B scale, or the C-weighted scale when you wrote your ordinance for the boom cars?
Not even a little. I said I didn't write it. Our attorneys wrote it. I said I assisted.
Tell me how you assisted.
I didn't write it.
Okay, tell me how you assisted, please.
They wanted documentation. Was there a problem? We gave them statistics.
And so in other words, what you're saying is statistics. You didn't give actual names of people.
Laws are based on individuals, sir. They're based on issues.
What do you mean issues?
They don't. There's not. Murder wasn't created because of a certain person. It was created because of a societal need.
Yes.
So what you're saying
Yeah.
right now, sir, stop for a second. Quit talking for a second. You're talking about a noise issue. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. Everything you're describing, people go to jail for perjury for 5 years, they don't. If there's multiple charges, they might. But a simple arrest, in these cases you're talking noise ordinance, your citing statutes are irrelevant to the noise ordinance.
Okay.
You have to deal, let me finish. You have to deal with your local entity. You're in Panama City. You have to deal, if you want something done, we are not going to be the agency that does it. I can tell you that.
Okay, now you're saying...
Let me finish.
No, you hear me out. You hear me out. I got something to say. You're saying this under perjury, 837 of the Florida statutes. You just committed perjury. You understand?
I committed perjury?
Yes, you did commit perjury right over the phone right now, and I got my witnesses, okay?
That's fantastic. I'm dying to see how you charge that one.
Very simple. You lied. You lied. First of all, you took an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution. So you lied on your oath. You committed perjury on your oath. That's 5 years in prison, okay?
Sir, you have absolutely no concept of Florida statute.
Pardon me? I know the statutes better than you.
No, you know how to read them, but you don't know how to apply them.
Oh, you mean, in other words, what you're saying is, first of all, number one, all laws are based on very simple things of when in a jury, and I've gone to jury trials, it says use your common sense. So what you're saying is, you're saying the fumbling, dumb, lying idiots in Tallahassee don't care about citizen suffering? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Well, last night, October 27th, I was reporting these super loud car stereos in Panama City, Florida, and I had these clown cops coming over knocking on my door. Okay, do I have a right to live in my home in peace?
I couldn't hear you. Could you speak?
Do I have a right? I want to ask you something. Do I have a right to live in my home in peace? Answer my question. Answer my question. Do I have a right to live in my home in peace?
Sir, I'm not answering hypothetical questions.
You tell me how it's hypothetical. Let me ask you something. Would you invite anybody to come over to your place? Would you invite anybody to come over to your place and raise hell for the rest of your life? Would you invite them?
If I like them.
Would you invite them?
If I like them, I invite people to my house all the time if I like them.
No, in other words, what you're saying is you don't care about the rights of other people, right? To live in peace, right? You won't even admit when I ask you a simple question. Do I have a right to live in my home in peace? Yes or no?
Sir, you're asking me a question that's irrelevant.
You're stupid. Is that what you're telling me? You're so stupid you can't even answer a yes or no question? You've been 5 years. Let me ask you something. Are you a vulture that goes around looking for dead bodies? You're a body counter. You don't care about helping out people, right?
Why are you yelling at me?
Why am I yelling at you?
Yeah, you're making no sense right now.
You mean to tell me Florida Department of Law Enforcement is not a framer?
No,
You're a framer for the cops. You don't help out citizens. You don't help out citizens. And probably Panama City and Bay County Sheriff has got dirt on you all, and that's the reason why you won't do anything. I'll tell you what, I'd love to get you on a stand cross-examining you, because I'll tell you what, I would have you so far in jail, they'd have to pump sunshine up your ass. You're a traitor. So in other words, what you're telling me is you don't care about citizens trying to live in peace, right? You don't care, right?
I give you advice, and all you want to do is yell.
You ain't giving me no advice. You've given me a bunch of lies. I've given you statutes. You ain't given me one statute. Oh, by the way, your corrupt organization 943.13 Section 8, cops can lie to get their job. That's how corrupt the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is. All you are is a criminal organization. You're a bunch of vultures that go around looking for dead bodies, but you don't do anything to prevent the murders of people because you depend on the bodies. Prove me wrong. Yes, I would like to talk to somebody at the Florida Department of Law Enforcement that cares.
I'm good, sir. I want to finish this conversation. You've been incredibly rude throughout. I've given you advice.
What you're basically saying is, you're basically saying tough luck. This is basically, you know what? You're a liar. You know that? You're a liar. You know what? You don't care about people, do you? You don't care about the suffering of people, do you? Huh?
What's your name?
Let me ask you something. What's your full name? What's your full name? What's your social security number, huh?
You want my social?
Yeah. Why not? Hey, punk, let me tell you something. I'd love to get you on the stand. I'd have you so far in jail, they'd have to pump sunshine up your ass.
You said that also you're to pump sunshine up my ass earlier, too.
You don't care about people, right? You've been there. I read on your propaganda website, integrity, compassion. I read on the propaganda website about citizen service, government accountability. It's all a lie, right? You're a liar, aren't you?
Your name, please?
You're a liar.
I just need your name and social.
I want your name and social security number.
You go first.
No, you go.
Now,
You go. See,